Mabuhay pageant fans, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey MG, how are you all doing? So as you can see, I am still on a cloud nine after watching the Miss Grand International Finals last night. After 4 years kasi, I am back vlogging about this pageant system, and it really feels good to see our candidate do so well in MGI. I know I talked so much about my thoughts during my live chat with you yesterday, but allow me pa rin to post more or to share with you all my other learnings here as I close my content about this pageant this year. I've got 5 lessons to share, and here they are. First lesson, you have to send the right candidate to Miss Grand Philippines or Miss Grand International by having a strong pasarela skills and great attitude apart from the proverbial 4 Bs of the pageant. Yup. Because the best thing about following CJ Opiaza's journey in Miss Grand International this year is seeing her being appreciated for all her showmanship and efforts by the pageant owner. Because it really felt like she really grew in the pageant owner's eyes in the duration of the pageant. CJ may not be the most facially beautiful during the whole edition, but she hits the weakness. She hit the weakness of the pageant owner by having strong stage presence and killer pasarela skills. And this was really CJ's main ticket or bentahe in MGI, and she really delivered. But it's not only her pasarela skills that really got the attention of the pageant owner, but also her very great attitude or personality, because a lot of observers are saying that the staff and crew of the organization really like her a lot during the whole contest. She was very kind, natural, and humble. She did not pretend what she wasn't. Her moves weren't really calculated. Hindi pa star, hindi pa diva. CJ's humility and kindness got everyone to their knees. Ganun siya kabait na tao, and that's also probably the reason why she almost won the pageant. And now that she almost won and brought so much pride to our country, so it's very imperative that we send a strong candidate to continue what CJ has started for us in MGI this year. It seems like all of us are really starting to be back in the graces of the pageant owner, or warming up in appreciating this pageant system more. And so it will be better if we continue our appreciation for this pageant system by still finding the right candidate who not only ticks the 4 Bs of the pageant but has a strong popularity on social media that can encourage massive support among pageant fans to galvanize support for the numerous online voting challenges again. And this is where we failed MGI back then in 2020. After Samantha Bernardo's almost win, we neglected our streak by not paying attention to the pageant owner's requirements. Instead, we enforce our own brand of beauty selection to him, which obviously did not sit well with the pageant owner. Hence, it was always a hit or miss in the next 3 years. So the ball now is back in ALV's hands. So we need talaga to sustain this momentum and good we are feeling about his pageant system. Because all eyes are on us again in this pageant system. If ALV and Nawat are business smart about it, they can take advantage of our heartbreaking disappointment that we recently experienced in other pageant systems. And as one fan, Sahara Pageantry, puts it on social media, if it took us 17 years to win our first Miss Universe crown and 62 years to win our first Miss World crown, then I'm pretty sure that we could get our first ever golden crown in a shorter time frame. And now we go to my second lesson, which is you don't necessarily have to possess the 4 Bs or the MGI prototype to actually win the title. Because for years we have always thought that a candidate should always possess all the 4 Bs to win this pageant system. 4 Bs, diba? Beauty, body, brains, and business. But India's Rachel Gupta shattered all these requirements and expectations by winning that title that night. And when we talk about 4 Bs nga, beauty, body, brains, and business, Rachel got all of them except for the body. Her body, if you notice, was not as toned or fit and did as the other contestants and she did not have the killer pasarela skills as her predecessors. But she still won. But she, di ba, credit to her, she still more than made it up with her beauty of face, beautiful gown, and eloquence in the final round. Her natural likability as early as the closed door interview was very evident, and it carried on until the finals night. So why am I saying this? Because I feel MGI gave us a very Miss Universe winner last night. I feel like the Q&A portion was suddenly given a huge consideration in the final tally, where India really shone the most. As usual, Rachel showed everyone that she is a well-rounded performer. She could be okay or decent with her pasarela and a killer in the Q&A, which is okay because she is still showing the proverbial beauty and brains combination that we Filipinos have love about our beauty queens. And another telling factor about her win is that she did not have, kung napansin nyo, she did not have the business aspect to be considered for the crown. And although she has 1 million following already in Instagram, her fan engagement was still very low. And again, I think having the business factor is just a bonus because the pageant owner focused more on his new winner's merits and not because of what money or business prospects Rachel or India could bring to the table. So it was all about India's performance all night long, and it felt good watching her advancing and being appreciated for her performance on stage rather than the external factors which are beyond her control, right? So we now go to my third lesson, and this is something I never thought I'll say this, but that MGI could yield fair finals results after all. This is one contention that we have always had against the pageant owner since 2018, and I hate to admit this, but last night's final results have been the fairest decision that it has made since 2017. After watching the show, we accepted the first runner-up finish of CJ wholeheartedly because we saw CJ kind of lack what CJ lacked in the end. Her first runner-up placement was something that we easily accepted because of what we saw. It didn't feel like anything cooked, like how he suddenly put Roberta Tamondong as fifth runner-up back in 2022, or how Abina won over Samantha 2 years ago. Na our armchair judging of our contestant can match pala what the pageant owner is thinking on the ground. And really feels good to be on the same page with Uncle this time around. Hence, I really hope he keeps doing this kind of fair judging in his future editions or succeeding editions. Never mind if we don't win or place in the top 5 or top 10 in the near future. Because it's very important that he chooses the right girl for the crown, depending on her performance during the finals night. And if he has to predetermine everything, again, make sure na lang na he matches the girl's merit and showmanship, just like what India and our very own CJ Apiasa did this edition. Next lesson that I have learned, that Filipino fans can be obedient, quiet, supportive, and cooperative with this pageant system for the sake of Our Lady's candidacy. It's also another glaring lesson that I am learning about our behavior as pageant fans. And I never thought I will say this too, but our fandom has slowly become more mature in dealing with animosity online, hatred, vitriol online, and what battles to fight. When the pageant owner asked those cooking show questions to CJ Opiasa, except for me, everyone kept quiet and rode along with the pageant owner's script. I thought those questions were totally uncalled for and put our candidate on the spot, but CJ proved to be a great sport and just tried to be dodging the question by engaging and pleasing the pageant owner with the right set of words to speak. The result? CJ came out of the interview unscathed. So this only proves that the Filipino pageant fandom can really set aside their differences with a pageant owner for the sake of our candidate competing and attracting higher chances of winning the crown. And I hope we can all be like this all the time. So I thank you all too, for I also learned a lot from you all in containing my annoyance with the pageant owner that time. And finally, we go to my last lesson, and this is the most important lesson that I've learned. A realization, actually, more about a realization, is that who cares? MGI is really unapologetic about its branding and selection process. I believe this is the reason why this pageant system has successfully stayed relevant in the eyes of pageant fans around the world for more than 10 years now. Sure, we can always complain about how he predetermines his winner year in and out, how he institutes a lot of online votings, how he disses his contestants online if they don't behave properly, how extra borderlining campy these girls move on stage already, but it is what makes MGI a successful pageant. And you gotta love or hate them for who they are or what they offer. And if you don't like them, they're not forcing you to love them too. Kasi para silang may sariling mundo sa pageant system nila. At ang saya-saya, or sige na nga, ang guilty pleasure panoorin nilang lahat with their antics, numerous crazy antics, leading to some of those to controversies to attract more publicity for them. So Kebs na, if they don't successfully implement its pageant tagline, but it would always want to make you feel good with everything they glossily serve on stage. And that's MGI for us guys, ladies and gentlemen. Either we love or hate them. They won't conform to your political correctness, and that's their mystique, that's their charm. With more than 1 million viewers watching their finals last night, surely it could go bigger in the next decade. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my content for today? Are all my points valid here or not? Do you have something or a learning to add as well? Well, feel free to share your opinion down below so I can see all your POVs at the same time. Alright guys, until my next video, bye bye!